What's up, guys? It's Ian with the PI Podcast. It's Sunday, which means I'm thinking about football, but we still got like 80 days till football, 77 days or something like that. However, today I'm going to be going over the NFC power rankings, my power rankings. So this is not anything the NFL has done. I'm not copying anybody's list. This is my opinion. Okay, so my top 4 teams are going to be the teams that I expect to win their divisions. There's one controversial pick in here I'll let you know, and you guys aren't probably going to know who it is. But anyway, we'll get right to it. We've got the defending Super Bowl champ, the Rams. They just picked up Bobby Wagner. They just picked up Allen Robinson, and they didn't really lose anybody but that notable. I think they lost a corner, Darius Williams to the Jags. But that's really the only key one I can think of. Robert Woods, but Allen Robinson replaces him. So they're number 1. I don't think they're going to give it. I think they're going to make the Super Bowl again, and my opinion is a Rams-Bills Super Bowl. However, the AFC stacked. The AFC was so much harder to do than this one. At number 2, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, Tom Brady. Gronk just retired, but I'm still going with Tom Brady every time. At number 3, I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning their division, and I have them slightly above the Minnesota Vikings to win their division. I know that's the controversial one. Obviously, the Eagles are the favorite to win theirs. The Cowboys actually didn't do good this offseason. They lost one of the best tackles in football. They lost 2 of their wide receivers, Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper. Ezekiel Elliott is not the guy in my opinion. He's not what he used to be. Tony Pollard's a better back in my opinion. And as long as Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard splitting carries, that running back room is not going to be that great. At number 5, I'll explain my Eagles pick a little bit. They had a very good draft. They made the playoffs last year and got significantly better this offseason. They got A.J. Brown, who's a huge target for Jalen Hurts. And even if they don't do that good this season and Jalen Hurts is not the guy, which I think he can be, they have 2 first-round picks next year to replace him. So the Eagles are in very good shape, especially in their weaker division. I know the Cowboys are always kind of in the competition for first. Everybody always hypes them up. But the Cowboys, in my opinion, got worse, and Mike McCarthy is not that great of a coach. He got carried by Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, his tenure in Green Bay. So with that being said, number 5 is the Green Bay Packers. I know a lot of people are going to shit on me for putting the Vikings above the Packers, but the Packers, to me, losing Devontae Adams is huge. And Sammy Watkins is not going to go anywhere near replacing him. They also lost Valdez-Scantling, which is also very huge. The only thing they have going for them is that they did get a better defense in this draft, in this offseason in general. But that's why I do not have them winning their division. I think the Vikings are going to compete, and I think the Lions are going to get better. I think the Lions are better this year than they were last year. They're actually kind of high up on my list. At number 6, I have the 49ers. This one's kind of, if Trey Lance starts, which it's looking like that's going to be the case, I could actually see them pushing for their division, in my opinion, if Jimmy Garoppolo started. I don't think Jimmy G is going to start, but I'm curious to see where Jimmy G goes, because that will also alter these, because Seattle and the Panthers are the 2 teams that are big on needing a quarterback. So we'll see if anybody even goes after Jimmy G. He might be on the roster for the rest of the year. Who knows? And their defense is one of the top in the NFL. Their offense is super good. If Debo plays, that also has him at 6. If Debo does not play, which these are all, I put that into effect on my rankings here. At number 7, I've got the Dallas Cowboys. Again, they do have a very good offense. Kellen Moore is a very good offensive coordinator. Dak Prescott has flashes where he looks like an MVP, and then he just can't close out games sometimes. Sometimes it's a defense that gives it up. Their defense is also pretty good. I think that all falls on the head coach. Like I said earlier, Mike McCarthy is not the guy in my opinion. So with that being said, number 8 is the New Orleans Saints. They have a stacked roster. They just picked up Jarvis Landry. They've got Michael Thomas. I mean, they really have a very stacked wide receiver room. Callaway had a breakout year last year with Michael Thomas taking the bench. It all depends on Jameis Winston. That's all I can say about that. They have the potential to win that division as well. The Bucs. So Tom Brady always kind of struggles against the Saints. So that's why I have the Saints at 8. Number 9, I have the Arizona Cardinals. They have a lot of question marks right now. There is no telling if Kyler Murray is going to play this year. I think he will. But these players are all letting contracts dictate whether they play or not. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because, this organization has proven that they will not stick with a quarterback like they did with Josh Rosen if they find something better. So I don't disagree with players going and trying to get their money, especially early in their career when a season-ending injury or a career-ending injury could really screw up how much money they potentially could make. However, the Cardinals' offense is really good. They start out hot last year, so they really have to just do a complete season. And that's why I have them lower than probably some people have, because they haven't been able to prove they can do that. Number 10, I have the Washington Commanders. This one's kind of probably another debatable one. Carson Wentz has not proven he's the guy, and this is his last chance, I believe. I don't think anybody else is going to give him a chance other than a backup role. However, Carson Wentz has a pretty deep ball, and Terry McLaurin can run very fast down the field. Their defense is pretty good, even though Chase is most likely not going to start. There's potential he could miss half the season. But their defense is young. Their team is young. I think they have some potential. I think Ron Rivera is a very good coach. So I have them at 10. At number 11, I have the Detroit Lions. They made a lot of moves this offseason. I don't know about Jared Goff, but we have seen in a good offense, Jared Goff can at least get the job done. He has been to the Super Bowl for a reason. Some people would say in spite of Jared Goff they made the Super Bowl, but still, he has potential sometimes. He's not the worst, he's not the best, he's kind of in the middle for me. They made a lot of good moves. They signed DJ Chark. They got the best edge rusher in the draft, in my opinion, Aiden Hutchinson. Amon St. Brown had a breakout year last year, and I think he's going to continue to improve. DeAndre Swift has the potential to be a top 10 back in the league. TJ Hawkinson's up there with the greatest tight ends in the league right now. And they have an improving young defense and a young secondary. So I really like them to keep improving over the years. And Dan Campbell, in my opinion, is a player's coach. I think the players love him. I think they want to play hard for him. And that's why I have them above these other teams. At number 12, I have the Chicago Bears. I wanted to put them a lot lower because they did not do anything to help Justin Fields. However, they do have some pieces around, and they're this is my one that I could go lower on, so I'm just throwing that out there. They have a terrible season. I would put them lower. I know some people are hyping the Bears up. I don't see that, in my opinion. But then I think the Bears can be better than these other teams I'm about to list. I've got the Giants at 13. Thibodeau was considered to be one of a top 2 pick before Trayvon Walker's draft stuck up. And then Ekwonu was also not up there. Evan Neal was going to be the best tackle in football in this college draft. And they got him and Thibodeau at 5 and 7. So they had a really productive draft. They're low because of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. They have a very offensive-minded head coach, and I think he can improve Daniel Jones, but Saquon Barkley constantly getting hurt does not help. Their offensive line is improving, but they're still not where they need to be. And then their defense, it all depends on how well their offense does, in my opinion. Their defense can be good, but you got to think when you're on the field constantly because your offense can't produce, your defense looks worse than it actually is. And they're actually in a tougher division this year. The NFC East is not going to be a joke, I don't think, because the Eagles and Cowboys and Commanders all have potential playoff teams. The Washington Commanders have a potential playoff team if Carson Wentz doesn't make stupid mistakes, which he's probably going to do, which is why I have them pretty low. Then I've got the Atlanta Falcons. I would have them higher if they didn't have Marcus Mariota at quarterback. If they had Matt Ryan, they would be an 11 or 12 team for me. But they have Marcus Mariota. We don't know how he's going to perform. We hope the time he's had off to sit behind Derek Carr helps him. He wasn't the guy in Tennessee. They moved on from him rather quickly. So that's why how the Falcons are. I think their wide receiver core and obviously Kyle Pitts are going to be kind of underrated. They have 6'5", 6'4", 6'4" wide receivers and tight ends. They're going to be extremely hard to defend. At 15, I have the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold's their quarterback, but they have a decent roster. They started off 3-0 last year, but then they figured out Sam Darnold, and they went downhill from there. And from the looks of it, my number 16 team, Seattle Seahawks, are in the running for Baker Mayfield. As of right now, they're doing a trade from what all the reporters are saying right now. So by the time this video comes out, the Seattle Seahawks might have Baker Mayfield, which would move them to number 13 in my opinion. I don't think Baker Mayfield's that good, but their quarterback situation is so bad, but they have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And they got a couple pieces from that trade from the Broncos for Russell Wilson. So I have them at 13 if Baker Mayfield's on the team. But as of right now, the Seattle Seahawks are 16. And with that being said, that's my NFC predictions. Let me know down below what you agree with, what you disagree with. I know some of those were hot takes. I know the Vikings being that high, a hot take. Cardinals being kind of low, Washington being kind of high, Lions being kind of high, Bears being kind of low. That might be, just discuss it down in the comments below. We'll reply to it. We'll keep the conversations going. Let me know down. We go live every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and we are also giving away a signed mini helmet from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Byron Leftwich, the old QB in 2004, 2005, 2006. All we got to do is hit 100 Twitter followers. We already hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so go follow the Twitter. Link tree down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.
Thank you for watching the PI Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and tune in next time so you don't miss the latest news in the NFL world. You can also follow us on TikTok at PI Podcast and on Twitter at PIPodcasters. Until next time.